computer was a little frozen, but hello guys. Welcome to today's episode of Market Check. I'm Snorlax. You also know me as Tommy, joined by Tucker, Max, and Dr. Will's Outlook. I'm going to be breaking down the market on our CPI Eve, right? Where we have had, we did have some volatility on Bitcoin yesterday, getting a move to the upside. Equities are kind of doing the opposite, whether or not Bitcoin and crypto maybe front ran the move that we're seeing in equities this week over the weekend. We can talk about that as well. But, definitely some framework, I think, for us to be able to take some trades into the end of the week, into next week. I'm hoping that it's this week, but, given how muted the volatility regime has proven, within these markets, maybe wishful thinking, right? More likely within crypto, I think, which is coming up on a very big level here at 30K. Is it going to flip it? Is it not going to flip it? I see good arguments for both. I think above the August high, from a structural standpoint, you start to paint a much more optimistic picture. That's pretty undeniable, right? You have a market structure break. You would have You would have flipped essentially weeks of bleed. So you would have lots of shorts underwater. At that point, I would think the only thing that could possibly stop you from putting in a new yearly high would probably be 31K, which is a huge level for Delta. It's our value area high. More importantly, I think the longs that are trapped above that level are very, very critical, given that they came in above range high during that XRP pump. And I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys remember, there was so much Delta that came in at those highs. Like, it's no small number of longs that are trapped at that level. So if we do clear this level, I think 31 is the last pit stop you would have to overcome before looking at new yearly highs. New yearly highs, I would have to imagine you're not looking at just some, 5 or 1,000 point expansion, kind of like we saw from the previous range. You're looking at something much bigger. You're looking at, this P03 that I didn't think was going to play out. Admittedly, I still don't think it's going to play out, but it could. If the P03 does play out, you're probably looking at like what, 34, 33, 35K. Huge move on Bitcoin. You probably get a huge move in some correlated markets. If Bitcoin can continue pushing. But like I said, we are still sitting at resistance here. If you were to expect a rejection, you would expect it from here, or in my opinion, like I said, from 31K, and you'd be looking at probably still the same just awful bearish chop lower that we've had, throughout this entire, I guess we'll just call it a pullback at this point, right? Because the bullish market structure has not been invalidated yet. Meanwhile, right, we have CPI tomorrow morning. I definitely want to talk about that, some projections that are, or maybe not some projections, but some predictions about the way the market could potentially react to some of these different scenarios that we might uncover. I really haven't been following the rhetoric as much for CPI this week, and really for the last few months, guys, because I know it's something that we've talked about before on here, that these days used to bring so much additional volatility to price, and now it feels like nobody cares. And that's true of whether the print will be good, whether the print will be bad. Do we finally get, I guess the question to ask ourselves is, do we finally get a print that makes the market care, right? Like, care enough to react beyond just, it's essentially been, it's been a bull market in legacy land. Let's call it what it is, right? It's been up only for about 8 or 9 straight months. I wouldn't really call this a bear market rally at this point. We've broken structure. It has more legs to it, I think, than your traditional bear market rally. But with that said, equities are also at resistance, just like Bitcoin. And, some turbulence around this level can be expected. Just kind of waiting we have seen some weakness in these markets, but we haven't quite had a fundamental catalyst to really drive, the decline in price. So we'll kind of see if we get that over the next week, and if CPI maybe gives us a little bit of guidance as far as whether, price is going to continue bleeding, maybe down lower into support, or this is all just, much ado about nothing, and the markets are about to leg up again based on another positive inflation print. But I'm going to open the floor. Max, I definitely want to get your opinion on kind of what you're seeing with CPI tomorrow, how you think it'll influence the markets, both legacy land and in crypto. I know we're at some interesting spots on the chart for both of these asset classes. So, Max, how are you doing? What are you seeing in the markets?
Damn, Tommy, I love when you hit me with that question, man. It's a great question. Look, I'm a little bit mixed here, truthfully. I don't have that strong of an opinion about CPI specifically. Again, I mean, the market's had this information for weeks now. The market's been pricing in the expected number, which is slightly higher than the previous print of 3.0. I believe consensus right now is like 3.3. So this isn't new information. Therefore, we really shouldn't have that much volatility on the day of unless we receive a print that is substantially lower or higher than expected, which I am not expecting. So I don't think that there's really a reason to be that concerned about it. What I'm more concerned about are some of the seasonal headwinds, right? August and September historically have not been great months for risk across the board. And that's, that doesn't exclude Bitcoin, by the way. Those are the two worst months for Bitcoin. And pre-election years as well, August and September typically haven't been that great. So I'm less concerned with CPI. I think it's sort of a non-event. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a whipsaw or a jolt one way or the other, something fun for the traders to talk about. But I don't think that CPI alone is really a concern. And by the way, I see Tucker's got some boxes drawn there, and something that I've talked about on Twitter Spaces and on this show as well is that, look, the market has been straight up in a straight line all year. I mean, it's been a really incredible, maybe I'd consider it like a mini bull market at this point. I wouldn't say until we break an all-time high we're technically in like what I would call a bear market or a bull market, but we're getting pretty close. And I think that it's probably slightly more probable than not that we do go on to make a new all-time high before visiting lower prices, potentially. But we're so far extended right now in equities that I don't think it would be that crazy to see like a couple 100-point pullback or just like a cool off period, and then we send it back up from there. So would it be crazy to see 4,300 and then 4,800 after that? No, not at all. Not at all, in my opinion. And I think that level would probably line up with Bitcoin retesting like 25K and then going to 35K or something like that. Because we also know that in pre-halving years, just like we know in pre-election years, typically Q3 and Q4, you get some sort of like shakeout or whipsaw or like some narrative that sends us a little bit lower, and it's kind of considered like one more big scare or something like that. So I think it would be good for the market, truthfully. Like, I think it would provide more opportunity. But anyways, yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. So
yeah, thanks, Max. CPI, man, it's a big one. As I see one of our commenters commented, it is a big CPI. I mean, this is kind of like would you guys say that this CPI or that the previous one that we had was kind of like because we're coming into what will likely be a local bottom on CPI, and that in itself is, maybe not. I might be speaking out of my butt here. I'm not a CPI expert. I won't pretend to be one, but it has been in straight up decline for, months and months and months. And I remember this was a level that we talked about it returning to, where you could see inflation potentially start to get sticky again. But Will, how are you doing, man? What are you seeing in the markets, and what are your thoughts on this inflation print?
I think anybody reading into the CPI right now and thinking that it's gonna substantially change markets. So like I always look at it like this. Like CPI is kind of like a curve, right? So you have your frontal curve and you have your rear curve. And we started out on the rear curve and now we're kind of on the frontal. Once you get past that midpoint, the market tends to move the other direction, right? Against CPI. And until something breaks, right? Until something breaks. And that's my expectations. My expectations are it's going to be up until something breaks. I don't think that anything here that the Fed does as far as raising rates or this or that, I mean, money printing will obviously only stimulate the economy. They've done everything they can to take away from the economy, right? And the economy continues to thrive through higher interest rates, higher for longer. And I think that will continue until something breaks. This is something we talked about on the show a few days ago. It's something we talked about in spaces, and I think really most people at this point, the way the market has been moving, can kind of agree with that, right? Now, will that something break be substantial? I do think that it will be substantial, 100%. I don't predict black swan events, but I do anticipate it being something probably similar to a black swan event, which could cause a cascade effect on the market. Now, at that point, I think it will also be I think it'll be obvious, but not so obvious, right? Your average retailer is not going to be able to catch on. They're going to ride this thing down till nearly the bottom before they start selling. And the reality is a lot of it just more or less, and this is something we've discussed in the past, is the uninversion, right, of the 10 and the 2, so on and so forth. It's when you start to catch that uninversion, that's usually the Fed is cutting rates, right? Because inversion happens from raising rates. Uninversion happens from cutting rates. A lot of people don't know that. They think uninversion has, it just comes along at some point. No, it comes with cutting of rates. So when you see the inversion start to occur, it's occurring because of raising of rates. So what should you do as the inversion starts to occur? Well, you get out of the market, right? Because downturn is going to roll in. And that's exactly what happened. But once you start to chop the lows and you kind of pass that mid-range, and I would arguably say 2.5, 2.75 is that mid-range on rates where you can start dialing back in. And then once you're back into the market, you can play that all the way to where the Fed could go to 6, you can go to 6.5. It doesn't matter. Market's going to continue to bid from here. It doesn't matter. He could take freaking rates to 10, right? Until the market pukes and something breaks, like the market's going to continue to bid this. And that's just my perspective on it.
I agree with that stance, Will. Until something breaks, the market will bid it. And that's something that we said last year. I remember distinctly, like we said that almost, I think, as a meme, because we didn't really expect. And I felt that way about, things breaking as well. Like the idea of things breaking back then was probably a bit of maybe a hyperbolic. Yes, they will eventually break, but as far as like immediate breaks, when is that going to be the case? And as we've seen, our economy has been very resilient. A lot of that, and maybe my perception of that is entirely skewed by this huge run up that we've had in the markets, but they kind of go hand in hand anymore. But yeah, no, this is a big inflation print. I mean, just from a technical analysis standpoint, I think that's Tucker's chart that I'm looking at right now. That looks, I mean, I'm not expecting inflation to bounce off the trend lines, but that does look like an interesting spot. If you would
know
expect
what that tells me?
sort of like,
Will, that's a bull div, brother. That's a bull div on CPI.
But here's the thing. You know what that tells me? That just tells me higher for longer. That's all it tells me. Yeah. It doesn't tell me anything else. Sure. It just tells me higher for longer. Yeah, if rates are going to stay higher for longer, market's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy that when Bitcoin's sitting at like 28.4 tomorrow, it's going to be just absolutely nuts. Will, I just can't wait.
Oh yeah,
28.4 plus another 8K.
Oh yeah, that's a nice
8K. I'll be ecstatic if I woke up at that price.
35,875, guys. I'm telling you.
Guys. I mean, come on. Let's get real. Will. Let's get real.
Hey, let's go ahead and zoom out on that.
We'll call that one too, huh?
Let's zoom out on that chart and go ahead and grab that weekly from that last impulse and go ahead and slap it on top of there for me.
It's gonna be crazy when we wake up to like 12K tomorrow, Will, because CPI came in at 14%.
Okay.
We're in free fall. We're in free fall. CPI came in at 14%. Yeah.
Look, if CPI is at 14%, then I'm probably out. I'm not gonna lie.
CPI comes in at 14%. You can't own anying, man.
I don't care if something's broke yet. Like it goes above 10, I'm out. Like I'm just gonna sit and wait because something is gonna substantially break if that happens.
I'm just joking. I don't think that's gonna happen, guys. Just to be clear, we're just
If that
having
ever
some fun.
happened, man.
But I'm making that clear on how I would react to
Yeah.
that.
Say that one more time, Tommy.
If that ever happened, actually, I would be YOLOing my entire net worth into on-chain beta, knowing that inflation will take this money away from me in like 5 or 6 years at this rate. So I will. I would rather be zeroed out.
Yeah.
Or here.
In that hypothetical that you're talking about, you're forced to chase beta because you have to basically make 30% per year just to tread water, you know?
Yeah, but something's gonna break, the economy or something.
We
What's
got
up,
Big
Wobby?
Wobby in the house.
Hey.
You're on mute, brother.
And I'm making it.
What bearish propaganda are you hooting?
Not me, man. Not me.
Tucker, man.
We got the CPI leak, man. We got the CPI leak, 14%.
Yeah.
I'm the solo dolo on here talking foolishness, and everybody's
Whoa. Look here, Bo. Look here. Look, Will, stop saying you're the only bull, son. I'm sorry. Did I really just call you son? I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
You're good. Yeah.
But look, you're not the only bull here, bro. Right? Oh gosh, I say Bo.
I don't even know what the word bull is, man. It's called ox, man. You're not the only ox here.
Yeah, but there's Ox, there's ROB. Tommy's chilling with his DMT. There's another gem that I discovered prior to getting on this call. I actually thought we were going to start at 11. So apologies for that. But yeah, there is.
I do have a question for you, Wobby, when you get a minute.
Say what?
I do have a question for you.
Yeah. I did find a low cap, but I'll mention that in our
not that
afternoon call. But yeah, dude, Bitcoin acting like the Dow Jones again. There's no, I don't know, bro. I'm so disappointed, dude. I'm so disappointed. And it's like, okay, it goes down $1,000. Okay, cool. My bags don't really respond negatively to that. And if they do, they retrace back up. It's so nasty.
It's such a unique environment right now, man. It's rewarding conviction for holding the assets that you think are undervalued. Like it's flat out that simple at the end of the day. And if you had bought and sold those assets based on Bitcoin and Ethereum weakness alone this year, you would have missed all of the best pumps that the space has had to offer.
Yeah, and I saw a post on Twitter and they called it like the 4 horsemen of the bull run, right? It's Pepe, Unibot, Ox, and ROB. And it's sort of like, what do they all have in common? They're all fun. So now you ask me, what's going to pump hardest in the bull run, right? Is it going to be some like super gigabrain DeFi kind of thing, some narrative that institutions are coming? Or is it going to be things that normies can relate to, right? Because it's sort of like the thesis that we've been talking about, right? Like if you're a normie retail investor that comes from TradFi, are you really going to try to do the same stuff that you do to analyze stocks, forward guidance and earnings and all that stuff? The earnings for crypto is that it's fun. The price makes the tech look good. So, Hagrid, what sort of Houdini-ness are you showing us, brother? What is a PWH and a PWL for our viewers?
He's massaging the charts.
This is my screen, Wobby. This is my trade that I took this morning.
Max, what does PWH and PWL mean?
Good, sir. That stands for previous week high, and then, of course, previous week low. Now, it's not uncommon to see one side of the previous week range run, and then we get a symmetrical deviation to the other side. So I saw us pressing over 30 this morning. I said these bulls are greedy. They want 35K. It's not coming. Not on my watch. I'm going to put some stops right above the previous deviation. We're going to hammer the ask at 30. We're going to stop these bulls, man. I can't let Will's Outlook have 35K just yet. Not before I pack my bags lower.
You're up against.
So I stepped in front of it. My market shorted 5 million Bitcoin. Okay, not US dollars worth 5 million Bitcoin. All right. The largest position ever. You're not getting through it, man. That's my wall.
You
And now we're
guys,
going. Sorry, yeah, I was cooking. What's up, Wabi?
you guys are not only up against Will. If you get through Will, you're gonna have to go through me first. So, man, let me tell you, man,
You're too big, man. I can't go through you, man.
I've
You're a
got my
freight
smell.
train.
Max, we can do it together, man. We can do it together.
Hagrid, I'll take
All right,
it.
if I got Big Tough behind me, maybe I could use Tommy's forearms too. You know, those things are insane. He's a
Man.
professional arm wrestler.
Throw the forearms on the stream, Tommy. Let's see.
They won't fit, man. It's too
They
big.
won't.
Pull up.
The
You guys
camera's
can
not
pull
wide
up the DMT chart, even though I'm not exposed to it. That's
You don't
probably-
want to watch me take a full TP on the stream within the hour?
Look, if anybody's bearish on this stream, I want to see you right now go open puts on Elf.
No one's.
Oh,
I literally did that, Will. Will,
You
I
got it,
literally
we got
did
it
that. I literally did that, and the options chain was so illiquid. I took it for 8%, and I didn't even make any money. So I said, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, man. Some of the like that options market on equities is like trying to bid shit coins on Uniswap with like 10K worth of liquidity on pools, man.
Yeah,
It's quite unreal, man.
this is DMT.
Yeah. Parabolic expansion, restless gambler.
Bro, that to me looks like that thing's gonna freaking run in the bull run, like way beyond what you're talking, Tommy. Just the fact that they've already recaptured that.
Like the unit bias on DMT reminds me of XOR. It was a DEX on like the Polkadot Kusama ecosystem. If you guys pull up XOR, if you can do that.
XOR.
Yeah, XOR, and then go to the chart from May of 2020 to January of 2021. You're gonna have to like scroll all the way back, man.
You're probably gonna have to scroll up too.
Oh yeah. You're gonna have to.
Oh man,
Yeah, that thing got crushed, but it was only like a few cents, dude. What chart are you looking at, dude? You're gonna have to go like on like Dex Screener, man. You can't go on centralized exchanges.
really?
Good old
Okay.
Dex.
I don't know if. Hang on, I do have Dex
The
Screener.
Uniswap chart. You're gonna have to go on like TradingView.
What is it? XOR.
Sora, yeah. It's a Sora network.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't go on a centralized exchange. You're gonna have to go on like a TradingView or something, man.
Will, what the hell is going on with Lucid, man? This is the most annoying ticker to watch on a daily basis.
Can we just pretend it doesn't exist anymore?
We might have to, man.
Like I have money in there. It's just gonna sit until it does something. I'm just done with it.
Someone said bearish on Elf. How can you be bearish on Christmas?
Bro, pull up Elf. Pull up freaking Elf.
Let him.
They did it.
XOR. Let him pull XOR.
Will,
Hold on.
somebody make a meme with Will's face on that.
Go on the monthly.
Lucid with a stick, saying, "Come on."
There you go, boys. There you go. Imagine if you'd have bought that in 2022.
Yeah, dude. Imagine if I bought Bitcoin in 2011.
Oh my god.
What is this?
This is XOR. Right?
Actually,
bro,
we're gonna have to just go on CoinGecko, man.
Isn't this it? Isn't this right?
Are you? I can't really see like.
That's
your-
Uniswap.
That's the Uniswap chart 2020.
Oh yeah. So, but you're on the monthly, right? You're gonna have to go on the daily to try should really compare it to DMT.
What you think we're about here?
Is that the daily or the weekly?
That's the daily. I mean, if I
yeah, I would say so. Yeah, and the unit bias is pretty similar too.
That's the only if DMT had a bit better unit bias, I'd probably be all in.
Yeah,
honestly, that's the only thing I think that's giving me a bit of hang up. It might cap the ceiling, but the other part of me is like, I mean, this is a $25-30 million market cap token, and a metaverse season or a real like Arbitrum season, and it's probably gonna easily do multiples on that.
You guys want some real alpha?
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you.
as far as unit bias goes, I guess we can compare it to something on Arbitrum, something like Camelot, right? Camelot reached like a couple of $1,000 per token. So
Look,
yeah,
I'm gonna give you guys some real alpha. All right, do a BTC ELF chart.
Will.
You think
what
the lows
is
are correlated?
I don't understand the elf fascination or fixation, Will.
Will, do
Only, what do you mean?
like
What is there
wear
not to
makeup
fixate
when you're
on?
out on call with us?
Will, I want proof of purchase. I want to
Look,
see that you actually own
look,
elf. I need to see it.
All right, I'm not gonna lie, I only got like 10 shares. It's unfortunate, but
10
I wish I
shares?
would add more. Yeah.
How much is elf right now?
About 126, something like that, 130.
Okay.
One of my you guys will
I
appreciate
told you guys at 40, at like 48 on that pullback. I told you guys, it's like, look at this pullback. That's where you buy.
Will, bro,
And
I
then-
literally caught puts right here. And I took them like here, and I didn't make any money. It was insane.
Nah, man, it was that
Yeah,
lower one. It was the lower one.
Either
the
way,
next one,
I caught a hell of a move, and it
Yeah, it
didn't
was
make
that
me
one.
any
Yeah.
money. It was unbelievable. The reason it's not going down is because you can't short it and make any
Yeah,
money.
you can't short it. Exactly.
What is that?
You can't short it, so it's not going to go down.
Literally, what is that? Look at that gap up, man. Wow.
Shoot.
All right, I want to talk about this, man. When am I going to be able to get in some of this?
Look, we already discussed that. That's been discussed. Hold on.
I need 2 cents, man. We're looking at
Bro.
Caspa Wabi.
Draw
nice.
the channel.
Oh, Caspa.
Draw the
Yeah,
channel.
I think, dude, the comparison that I can give to Caspa, and like, mind you, this isn't any beef or anything. You're gonna have to compare it to Lambda, in 2019. Lambda pulled off the same exact move, same exact sentiment, same super bullishness and all that stuff, and everybody knows about it. Once you start seeing larger like social
Weekly.
channels and like personalities catch to it after a 100x plus move, and
Okay,
it's already in
weekly.
the top 50 or top 40, really, your risk to reward to the upside isn't really like super crazy at this point. The meat of the move has already been done. You know what I'm saying?
And guys,
it's not
real
even
quick
close on
before we
Caspa.
continue with the conversation, if you guys could please like the video for us. We greatly appreciate you guys being here, so big thank you. But it does wonders for the algorithm. It really helps the robot take a liking to us. So please, we usually shoot for 20 likes. See if we can do that today.
Yeah. So it reminds me a lot of Lambda, and just like I mentioned in one of our Discord calls, like Rollbit reminds me a lot of Luna in 2021.
I'm sorry, but Robit does not remind me of Luna, bro.
Yeah, I think it does. It's almost up 100x year to date, and the seasonality is the exact same. Both had their first peak in Q1 of 2021. They both had extreme downside after that with a lot of FUD, and then they ended up breaking all-time high in July and in August. And they both have the same cultish communities, and they both have the same similar tokenomics as far as like the burn and all that stuff. And as far as like the minting of UST, I would consider that the Rollbit buybacks that is going on. So basically, starting now, essentially, like there are buybacks of the token in excess of like a little over 200,000 per day. So if you equate that, that's almost $2 million a week. With a token that has less than 10 mil in liquidity across both Solana and Ethereum. So
Dude,
you do the math.
how do I find an old Luna chart, man? Literally,
Just go on TradingView and then just pull up the time frame of January of 2021 and August.
How do I even get to that chart, man?
Just go on the Bitfinex chart, man. Just go on
Look,
Bitfinex.
Rollbit is a master class in Ponzi-nomics, man.
Look, the thing is, with Luna is, and this was a specific thing that I think a lot of people ignored. is Luna was the biggest ascending wedge you ever saw in your entire life. The entire chart was an ascending wedge. Like it was
Somebody help me.
screaming Ponzi. It was
Hagrid, just
screaming.
go on
breakdown.
Bitfinex. Just go on Bitfinex.
Rollbit's
What- I
not.
don't
That's
know
not
what
the
that
case
means.
for Rollbit.
The Bitfinex exchange
Nice.
chart, or just go on a trading view. Either one.
I'm on Trading View.
Go on
I-
go on the KuCoin chart, Luna USDT on the KuCoin pair.
Not
You
long.
can just go on FTX, Luna USDT FTX.
Luna
That's the
wasn't
one you
listed
wanna
on FTX until like 2022.
That's
The problem with finding Luna is that
You can't do it.
remember whether it's Lunk or Luna 2 that has.
All right, so just go on CoinGecko then, and just pull the data from there.
You love some CoinGecko.
It's a lot. It's so much easier, man. It's so much easier. It's a lot
Bobby,
easier.
did you collect your CoinGecko points today?
So my original is Luna, Tether, Binance. That was the that's the original OG chart right there.
I forgot I used to do that. The whole
Yeah,
coin.
Hagrid, you'd have to,
Is
or
it
rather,
Lunk?
you'd have to go on Lunk. Yeah, you'd have to go on Lunk. I'm sorry, you'd have to go on Lunk.
Just let me share screen. I have a full chart. I never deleted my chart.
Yeah,
Hang on, I want to know what these CoinGecko points are. Tommy, what is that?
So if you
Yeah,
go on
same.
CoinGecko, you can collect 10 candies every day. And in a bull run, like if you're using the app every day, it's super easy to just collect the candies, and you can get these little things from CoinGecko that are kind of loyalty points, like a T-shirt or other stuff like that. I completely forgot that was something I used to do in the bull run.
Hang on.
I probably still
So
have
this was
candies saved up.
Oh, sorry. Take it.
you could, this was my original setup for Luna during the bull run, and it played out to a freaking T, and that was because Luna was moving in a wave type movement. Not only was it moving in a wave, it also had a massive ascending wedge, right? Like two massive red flags on this chart, and it basically broke down. This was the expectation for the breakdown, especially because you could see the rejection here. You could see the retest here, retest here, retest here. You had multiple failures at the high. And then once those failures failed and it broke out of the ascending, it just started puking from there. And I told people here, I was like, you're fucked if you try and stay in this. I'm like, it's going to fuck you. And then what it do? It came back up, tried to retest and failed.
Yeah,
But this is the OG Luna chart. And like this was such an obvious move.
I love that candle, man. Not for the damage that it caused, but like when you're talking about things that you look back on and it's just like a marvel to look at, the Luna chart is one of them.
I never deleted this chart. And I told people right here, bro, right here. I was like, and Pads was there. Quite a few different people that have been in my group was there.
Oh, there
I was like, this is it. Like, you need to get the hell out of this market right here. Like, you need to sell all your Luna. Oh no, Luna's going to find new highs. Multiple failure highs.
Just look at the daily, and then look at the seasonality that both Rollbit and Luna had. Compare them in 2021, and even look at Ox. Right, just look at Ox and then compare it to like Solana or AVAX.
So, Bobby, one question I have for you about this comparison between Rollbit and Luna is, how could Rollbit become destabilized or attacked in the way that Luna was?
That's
I mean,
what I'm
Luna
saying.
was
Luna
was collateralized.
Yeah.
You know the question. Go ahead. I don't see the comparison.
Yeah. So I'm not even talking fundamentals. I'm not talking fundamentals at all. I'm talking from a price action perspective and the way they pumped and seasonality. You can only compare Luna and Rollbit since the inception of when Rollbit started pumping, which was January of 2023, and when Luna started pumping, which was January of 2021. They both had extreme pumps leading into March, right? Then they had extreme downturns, right? Rollbit went from like just over 6 cents back down to sub 2 cents, right? And then has had an enormous pump since then. Luna went from about $22 all the way down to, I'm not even looking at a chart, by the way. This is all in my head. And yeah, as I said, Luna went from about $22 down to $5. And then right around like late July, early August, Luna broke its all-time high, similar to how Rollbit did, right? And Luna had all these announcements, like rather Terra, I'm sorry. Terra had all these announcements how they're partnering with XYZ protocol, listing on exchanges, how they're going to up the burn rate and all that stuff. They're going to print more UST. And, similar enough, Rollbit announces new tokenomics. They announce buybacks. They announce burn mechanism. And the burn mechanism, I mean, you can kind of compare it to more akin to BNB, but when you think about the buybacks and all that stuff, you can kind of almost equate it to, all right, so it has sort of that pump effect of when UST was printed, right? When UST was printed, Luna was burned, the number go up, right? And just look at the amount of liquidity that's in Rollbit, and just look at the on-chain holders. It's not really that much, and people are still seething about it. The fact that like we're actually like still like talking about this, right? Like, oh, like, why are we comparing it? Oh, like there's no similarities. When people catch on to it, right? When they catch the similarities, when they catch the same ponzonomics, the same pumpamentals, that's when they ape it and they become exit liquidity. Oh, like, people wanted to FUD Rollbit when it ran up to 12 cents, but when it pulled back down, down to the Solana all-time high, right? Because it used to be only exclusively on Sol, right around 6 cents, and then it started pumping again. Nobody was talking about it, but now that they announced like these new tokenomics and all that stuff, people are speculating. So it's a hated rally. Same thing as Ox. So when everybody jumps on board and they're like, "Oh, okay, I submit," similar to Pepe, right? Pepe didn't look good at 50, 150 million market cap, but it sure looked good at $500 million, right? So I'm also looking at that, right? Rollbit doesn't look good until it's over $500 million market cap. So I'm looking at a plethora of things, not only, pumps and seasonality, social sentiment, how, they were both kind of hated, right? Everybody was calling Luna a Ponzi and all that stuff. But, Luna didn't look good at like $20, $30, $40 in the bull run, but it sure as hell looked good at 90, $95, right? So when Rollbit does reach, certain price point where everybody's screaming about, oh, it's going to go to $2, $3, that's when it's like, all right, it's time to rotate into something else. Because like me personally, I've already, I rode Rollbit at the start of the year, exited when, Gainsey and a few other influencers were talking about price at 5 cents, 6 cents. And I went back in shortly after the H Soccer partnership. I believe it was like the day before the previous CPI at just under 5 cents, right? So to me, like I feel like I've caught a good portion of the move, but not like the solid meat of the move, which I mean I think would be like upwards to 25 cents. And at that point, Rollbit is already up 100x year to date. So I mean, you tell me, what's a better risk to reward? Getting it at a penny, right? And then basically compounding it up to 20, 25 cents, or buying it when you think it looks good, when you think it's established, when you think it's safe, when there's a lot of liquidity, and you write it from 25 cents to $1, and then you pray to God that it gets it through at $3, and then you get dumped on. So
hey man, that's the whole argument on risk reward, right? Those who enter early take on the most amount of risk, but can have the most amount of reward, and those who enter late, there is not as much meat left on the bone for them to be able to take.
Yeah, you have to be a savage, man. You have to be a savage.
But well,
sometimes that means you have to relentlessly hold conviction. Me and Max were on a phone call with a very, very, very well-known individual in the space. And, I was looking at some lower time frame stuff, and I'm like, damn, man, if I look at Rollbit at its previous top at 13 cents, and Rollbit was like hanging on to 8 cents, and I'm looking at it right now, fuck, this looks like a downtrend. I don't want to be stuck holding the bag. I need this thing to pump. And it's like, man, I'm not going to sell. No way. And then what do you know? It starts pumping. And the guy was like, oh, yeah, man, I'm not sure, bro. It's not looking good. Why would anybody bid Rollbit? Even if we're in Ponzi season, why would anybody bid Rollbit? If I can just go into other Ponzi, there's always the but, that little voice, man. And then you just have to hold with conviction, and then say, man, bears are just low T scum. And what do you know, man? We're 2x higher, man. So
Wabi, I don't think anybody's disagreeing with with that, you can't catch a pullback. But I think like just comparing it to Luna, because Luna was basically a Ponzi, right?
No, but
I
I'm
don't think.
I'm not comparing fundamentals. I'm only
No. Even from a chart standpoint, it was a Ponzi. So
I'm not thinking about that, dude. Luna could be called like sand. Luna could be called like like toilet paper stock. I'm only looking at it from a price perspective, not if it was a Ponzi.
yeah, but
or
even the
if
price,
this
even
or
the
that.
price for me doesn't match though. Like, can you share my screen real quick, Tucker? So like,
Because all I look at is price, man. The price
Yeah.
makes the tech look good. The price.
Yeah, but this right here is this is the issue I saw with price is that Luna. This was my red flag on Luna. Luna started
but
trading to the upside and
I'm comparing it
consolidation.
in 2021. You're looking at a completely separate move. I'm looking at Luna
This is
from
2021.
January. Can you like zoom into the chart and go on the daily, like really zoom in? I'm looking at Luna
This
from
is January. There's in the
January.
March. You get your March pullback.
Okay,
And then over
that's
here at the end of
week.
where July, August,
Mhm.
September, you're running.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm waiting for a roll bit, like that last move. So
Yeah,
by the way, Luna has price action all the way back from 2019. So you got to go to the full, like the
Well,
full.
also Luna, this was like a full bull market when Luna was doing that, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're not. This was post halving. This was like
Mhm.
getting towards the top. Like we're not in the
Mhm.
same environment,
Correct.
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, and exactly, and that's what I would say. Arguably, with this too, like if you look over at ROB, what I have like there. Yeah, I think you're kind of right on the price top here. 25 all the way up to like 20. I'd say 28 would be kind of 27 would be kind of your higher.
yeah.
So yeah, if you're looking at it from a perspective of a pullback, your risk to reward here, it's just not really there, right? You get a little bit of reward, whereas like your risk of downside, you could reject here at the midline and come all the way back down. But I still think trend directionality for Rollbit is still to the upside, right? Even if you pull back here, I would still think it would be to the upside.
I hope so. I hope so, man.
That's yeah. I'm just throwing it out there. Like I could tell you this, like over here, I was telling people over here, I'm like, you're gonna get fucking cucked in Luna, and then what did it do? It rolled back hard, and what they do? They bought it back up.
Will that first top
they
on Luna? That first top on Luna was marked by two things: Do Kwon getting married, so that means devs are not doing something and not hard at work. And two, that was the date of when Anchor Protocol launched and had the most horrific token sale known to man. They launched via Dutch auction on TerraSwap, and Doe was saying like, "Oh, the price is going to be locked at 50 cents, lower than VCs," and then it launched at 10. So,
do you want to know what it was for me? This is what it was for me. That's what it was for me. It was price. I didn't care anything about what was going on with on-chain. You had a price consolidation range into a drop. It was expected. You were going to retrace all of this right here. And what did they do? They rolled below it, consolidated, rolled back through it, right? And that's basically where I was taking price.
Luna could have gone to zero then, because Jump bailed them out.
Did you, Wabi? Did you
I
hold
agree.
through the dip from 23 to $3?
Yeah. So the way I found Luna was through stakingrewards.com, and I was like shortly after DeFi summer, and I saw that you could earn like 10 or 12% yield just staking Luna. So I got Luna at 33 cents, and it also sounded cool, and it reminded me a lot of Neo. And there was like an Asian guy behind it. So I thought about like, oh, this reminds me of Neo, right? And then of course, like the whole proposal behind, UST and all that stuff, and how they were going to have like this derivative exchange with like synthetic stocks, Mirror Protocol, and all that stuff. So I got Luna at 33 cents, and I still have the screenshot of like when I had bought. I screenshotted like when I got the wallet, when I bought the tokens, and all that stuff. and I held all the way through from 22, and then I did not take profits at all. Held through that drawdown. I still had my stake Luna, and I held it, and I'm like, they're gonna salvage this, right? Like, I truly believed that Luna was gonna change the world. Believe it or not, I was drinking the Kool-Aid.
A lot of people did.
And yeah, I eventually got out of the majority of my position, like shortly after the Binance listing. And I mean, everybody knows, like by now, all people already know the story how, and I was all in on UST, like in May, and I was like a big ass bear, dude. I had shorts on AVAX, Phantom, Kyber Network, Harmony. I was basically like, I was short and I was holding UST, right? So right when the DPEG happened, I got out during that bounce when Do Kwon said steady las deploying capital. And I had found out that like the reason why Luna was going down so much was not only because, like UST was depegging, but they were printing billions of Luna. They were printing billions of Luna. So there's a lot of ways to kind of understand when price moves a certain way. And sometimes it's fundamentally driven through like, what's happening in the tech, like the protocol. Sometimes it's event driven, like a Coinbase IPO. And sometimes it's just chart driven, right? Sometimes it's just in the chart, nothing really happens. Price just goes down, right? Price just goes up, right? So yeah, at that point, I'm like, I mean, it was pretty much fucked. And I even started praying, bro. It got like to that point, and I'm like, you know what, bro? Like, it's just fundamentally screwed. So took like just over a 20% haircut on that. And
all things considered, dude, that was really good. To only lose 20%. A lot of
I
people
made
lost
a shit ton of money on that fucking drop. Like, so many people didn't believe me when I told them it was going down, and I literally shorted the freaking top of this move, man. Like, I have screenshots of it too. I have freaking screenshots where I literally said, "This is where you short, right here. Take this thing all the way to the fucking floor." And did I expect it to go to zero? Hell no, I did. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit and say I did. But like when it started getting down here to like 17, I was like, I'm staying in the short.
when we got down into the low 30s, man, that was kind of the last area I remember expecting a bounce. And if we didn't get it there, I mean, it was. I remember I longed it on like DGen leverage it was really more of a gamble, I think, than a trade. Just to say I longed the bottom of Luna on high leverage because
I'm telling you.
And I think I longed it on 10x, got liquidated about 10 minutes later. I mean, it was a negligible amount.
But by the way, with Rollbit, you only have the Ethereum chart pulled up. You're gonna have to go on TradingView because Rollbit has been out since like the summer of 2022.
No, this is Rollbit Tether on Uniswap.
No. That's the thing. Like, you're on the ETH side of Rollbit. That's not the full price action history. You're gonna have to go on TradingView because it was traded on Solana. It's been a tradable token on Solana for
RLB.
Yeah,
and then what? USDT? What's it in on Solana?
Just go on Radium, dude, and then you'll see it. Just go on a TradingView.
You're probably will. I don't think you're gonna be able to get it on TradingView. I don't think they have Solana pairs.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to CoinGecko. Like, if you go to CoinGecko and you put like all right, that looks like a top forming, man. Yeah,
Hey guys, real quick, just a reminder for everybody: if you are here and you are enjoying the stream, please consider supporting us by just smashing that thumbs up button. Only takes one quick moment. Thank you guys so much for being here. I think we already got to 20 likes. Yep, we're at 24. I'd love to hit 30. But yeah, thanks so much for being here, guys. If you could just take one quick moment, smash that thumbs up. We will be right back talking about Rollbit and its masterclass in Ponzi-nomics.
Oh God!
After we finish up with Rollbit, I'd love to pick some of the other altcoins. Whenever y'all are finishing up with that discussion.
Yeah.
We're probably about ready to move on, honestly.
I'll say this. I'll finish off with this, man. It is a token where if you're looking to get in now, my brother, you're better off looking at something like DMT. Um, I mean, just look at the all-time chart, man. Like it's pretty much in full swing parabolic mode now. You're better off looking at something else. If I'm being quite honest, bro. But yeah, shout out to the Discord, man. We've been playing that all throughout the entire year. It's been quite fun, and you're not able. I believe you're not able to play any derivatives with it. It's not really listed on like derivative exchanges. I think it was only now that it got listed on another centralized exchange. It got listed on Poloniex, bro. Like out of all exchanges, it got listed on Poloniex. It's so weird.
What's up,
Tommy,
Robot?
what alt are you looking at right now, man? What are you seeing?
No, I mean, I was just wondering if there were any that were kind of piquing y'all's interest right now. Because I mean, we always look at Solana. That's one of them. I saw it pumped again today. AVAX pumped today. A lot of the layer ones seem to pump today, except Near.
You want a ticker?
Yeah, except Near.
Near will never pump. OP is
You
dumping
want
a
a
lot.
ticker,
Let's talk
Snorlax?
about Optimism, because I know Optimism is a ticker that a lot of people are looking at potentially accumulating for the next bull run.
I have the full chart for RLB, by the way. Give me just a second. I just want to show this, and then I'll switch to OPT. So let me switch this real quick. Give me 1 second. Present. Share screen. Window. And we'll go with this one. All right, check this out. This is the entire history, according to Wabi, on Solana, which you can pull up here on Dex. So this is the same address, and you can see right here, here's the moves. I mean, arguably, I would say you have support here.
Yeah, that's at 13 cents, give or take, right? Yeah. I mean, if it goes up, cool, man. I hope it does, right? It's good for my bags, but I'm just saying a good meat of the move is pretty much already done, I think. Like if it goes up to $1, cool. Like you get an extra 5x. And if you compare it to like people that got it at a penny or half a penny, it's kind of like Caspa, right? Like cool, like Caspa, pulls back to 2 cents. You write it to 20 cents. That's all fine and dandy, but the meat of the move, right? When it was at like 0.0005, it's already been done, right? So. Like I'm planning on rotating out of RLB pretty soon, man. I've caught both of its cycles, and usually with tokens like that, they typically have cycles of 3, right? If you look at the last bull market, most of these tokens they had 3 cycles, right? Like with Luna, it had a cycle from 30 cents to $22, had a cycle from $5 to $60, and then had a cycle from 35 to 120, right? 3 cycles. Even something like Chainlink, right? It had a cycle from like 25 cents to $4, had a cycle from like $1.50 to like $50, and then it had one more cycle, second half of 21, where like I think it like double topped or something, or made like a lower high. So cycles of 3, man. At that point, man, everybody already knows about the token. Optimism is like super banging though. That second cycle for Optimism is going to be pretty sick, very sick.
I don't know. I'm not really seeing it with OPT, to be honest with you. The trend is just weird.
Do we think we continue, or do we think we continue grinding?
OP.
Yeah, because he's.
I think you're far away from trend. I think you're going to come down pretty hard.
So does Trader XO thinks the same thing for the record.
Yeah,
40 cents.
If you look here, it's almost like you're going to go like this. Look, you're gonna roll back like that, or you're just going to get crushed at some point back down the trend.
You know what pair I was taking a look at yesterday that I thought was really interesting, guys? Will, could you craft a synthetic pair of ARB against Optimism?
ARBOP? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's bottomed, in my opinion, in
Just
favor
do
of ARB.
ARB USDT over ROP.
Not comparable. Wait,
that DeFi Llama video, brother? I had mentioned that Optimism would catch up to Arbitrum at warp speed, and that's exactly what's been happening over the last month. Oh, brother.
Even Naka yesterday admitted that ARB has more TVL, more transactions, a lot of stuff.
I'm talking price, man. Over the last 2 months, Optimism has been crushing Arbitrum.
It can try, but it's still not
Tucker,
keeping up with ARB on a lot of metrics.
Let me help you there, Will. Yeah, there you go.
I'm opening it.
Price is the ultimate metric. The price.
You got to be quicker than that, Will.
That looks like a downtrend to me. Just saying.
Tucker, can you put the fib retracement on it?
From where to where?
Mine's pretty clean to where I
From
only
this
have
wick?
0 through 1.
Yeah, from the bottom, bro.
From
Look
what?
at ARB.
Here?
From
Oh
the
my
bottom.
gosh.
From the bottom. Like the bottom of the listing.
The bottom,
Yeah,
like
word
down
open.
there.
Word open.
Wow.
Yep.
Historical bottom of ARB-OP.
The historical high. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the. You want to reverse it? I mean, we're at the 236.
Per retracement.
Yeah, flip it.
Yeah.
Because we should be trading right now in the golden pocket of that retracement right now.
Yeah, we
So
almost hit it. Yeah.
I think we're in the middle of bottoming on that pair.
I think you're too far away to come back to that golden pocket, man.
Yeah.
We're in the golden pocket.
No,
No,
we almost got
that down
there.
there is, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to show you guys what I was looking at yesterday because I think that you did the retracement wrong, Tucker. No offense.
How? From this wick to this wick?
I mean, if you were to just look at ARB from low to high, you are sitting in the golden pocket right now. Just ARB,
Oh,
which would mean that ARB is gonna outpace the shit out of OP.
I think like if it's going to bottom against Optimism, it's going to be here.
Yeah,
and I would
target
say
boys.
that's kind of confluent with the sentiment around Arbitrum right now, which is that nobody thinks the token is ever going to pump.
Yep. That's everybody across the board is talking shit about ARB. It's not just some people. Like everybody I'm seeing on Twitter is talking shit. I love when people talk shit about stuff because I buy it.
What does ARB look like on the USD pair? I have not even loaded the ticker in.
Sweet. Throw it over to mine. I got it. Throw it over.
Yeah, sure you do.
I already got it, bro.
You do. I know.
Throw it over. Come on.
Looks like
I got the golden pocket. Look at that. That's low to high. I have the golden pocket already there, orange and yellow. That's your golden pocket.
You know what we should do, man? You know what we should do? We should create a protocol and then do a little governance proposal and ask for 2 mil in ARB and then dump it on the open market.
The Bobby's over here a hater.
Is the Cosmos ecosystem on E.
Look, you come up with everything.
Cosmos has so much TVL. It has all this. Actually, I'm not going to say anything else.
Look, let me tell you something, Wabi. All right, when the next bull run comes around, all I'm gonna hear is Wabi seed. That's it.
Seed.
Seed. That ARB. Seed.
You don't think I'm gonna catch another 100x? ARB isn't gonna 100x, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 50x, 50 bill ain't nothing.
50
in a
bill,
bull run.
50 bill. I mean, sure, that's like what, a 5x from here on FTV?
That's 50. No, it's only 1 billion market cap.
I'm talking about the FTV, man.
I think everybody's looking way too much at the FDV when they're benchmarking
100%.
now. I think FDV only matters in a bear market, but in a bull market, nobody cares about it.
So hold on. So hold on, guys. Hold on. Are you saying that Arbitrum? Hold on, Bo. So are you saying that Arbitrum is going to have over $250 billion in FDV? Because let me tell you something, man. I am going to find more gems.
Wabi
is going to find more gems. They're going to 100x.
That was always my hang up with ARB as well, Wabi. I remember
Wabi.
talking about that in like Q1.
let me ask you a question now.
Again, Tommy, I couldn't hear you, man.
Oh, no worries. I was just I didn't mean to cut you guys off. I was just saying that was always my biggest worry with ARB was the high FDV. But in a bull run, I think it'll only cap upside so much.
Yeah, like I'm bullish. I'm bullish on like the Arbitrum ecosystem, no doubt. But like I would say, like if I were to compare to something else that hasn't caught the attention yet, because every degen
OP has definitely caught attention, man. Everybody's been talking about OP since it launched.
Everyone's been talking about Arbitrum and OP at the same time.
Well,
I'm not going to get
thing.
Whether it's me and you.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Look. Let me ask you a question. Did Cardano get to 90 billion market cap, $3 a token?
Yeah, I know Cardano.
Okay, all right. I proved my point.
There's a difference.
I proved my point, bro.
Dude, Cardano had the
Cardano ain't got shit. Cardano ain't got shit.
Like, dude, if you commented something bad about Cardano, you would get 20 people right under your comments. Dude, if I mentioned something about the Arbitrum ants, I will not get any retaliation.
In the bull run,
you know the community goes hard, man. If you have insane reply guys, listen. If you
told people to buy Cardano,
I'll say one more
thing.
I'll say one more thing.
Right.
If you don't have angry reply guys that will leak out your address, that will leak out your wedding registry, if you say something bad about their altcoin, you got to tell your community members to go harder. You got to tell your community members to go harder, man. The Arbitrum ants need to. I'm gonna stop. Stop.
Look though. at the bottom, if you'd have told somebody to buy Cardano at 2 cents or 10 cents, what would they have told you?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Tommy, I almost commented on your boy's post saying, "Hey, man, thanks, Snorlax. I don't care, dude. I'm lifting the floodgates, man, with all these anons, brother. It's time for CT to get some spice, man. I'm kind of tired of this whole.
Right, I gotta run, boys. But ARB will lead the next market in 2024, 2025.
I hope so. I hope
OP will be running the floor at that time.
My ARB bugs hope that you're right, man. My on-chain ARB alts hope that you're right.
Hey, the ARB alts are going to be really juicy. I think a lot of people are fading the ARB alts.
I love how Will. I can get fired up, and then Will will say the most calmest expression ever to get me even more fired up. He knows exactly what to say, man. But yeah, that's crazy, Tommy, about your boy, man. It's always beautiful to see the comeback story. Oh gosh, Ox press.
Oh yeah, no. Keep that in the chat. But that's
yeah.
We're things are building, guys. Things are building behind the scenes.
I got an idea for one of our emojis for our paid memberships. We just need the water gun and a pizza slice, and we can call it Joe's Pizza. You just combine them together, and then we can use that for our paid.
He's talking about Joe's Pizza, man. A future sponsor of the show. So.
Can you imagine?
Bro, if they sponsored us.
Why don't you tell our lovely audience the story about Joe's Pizza? Go ahead, man.
All I know is if you go to Joe's Pizza over by where Wabi lives.
Tell the story, man. You gotta rewind back to
you gotta close your sunroof. Okay. If you gotta close your sunroof, you're in a really bad area. I'll tell you that. Wabi tells us to go down to Joe's Pizza, right? We go down to 5 alleyways, past like multiple dumpsters, end up on a side street somewheres. Lots of people walking by with like ARs and handguns. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna walk down here, go to the pizza place and just go get a slice." And then so we park there, and then there's people over there fighting each other. Half naked club people, and I was just like, "Bro, you told me we were going." And granted, keep in mind, this area is so populated. It took us 45 minutes to go a block. All right, 45 minutes to go a block, And then he's like, it's only 5 minutes down the road. 45 minutes later, we get there. Then we find out there's a possibility of us getting robbed and getting shot at the same time. All right. Not one or the other at the same time. And then when we get there, he says he's going to be gone 5 minutes. 30 minutes later, he comes back with a whole pizza after he said he was going to get a slice. So yeah, that's the story of Joe's Pizza.
Look at Max trying to chart culture right now.
And then Will ate the pizza with a happy smile, bro.
Nah, man.
You eat that slice, man, and you loved it.
I'm gonna try and find their stock so I can short it.
By the way, I found that pizza place because of Gainsey. He said it was like a pretty good pizza place. So that was dope.
Wow, look at those lines, man.
The Fig Newton lines, man.
The Fig Newton lines.
Fig Newton lines near my naked point of control.
Oh man.
Okay, I know you feel like laughing.
I do.
ECB knows what's up. Look at that.
Huh?
In the chat. ECB.
BCB's in the chat.
Yeah, check it out.
Oh, ECB. I thought you
Pizza,
said
except you have
BCB.
to fear getting stuck up every time you go to 40 minutes.
Water gun with the pizza.
It was funny. Do they not do deliveries? Because I guarantee you, Gainsey's not going there, man. He's definitely getting it delivered.
He got it from Uber Eats. So, like, I follow him on IG, and like he gives like food reviews, and he said that Joe's Pizza was like the best pizza he's ever had.
How do you think he got it from Uber Eats and didn't go down and get it?
Oh no, he got it from Uber Eats. Nah, bro, but hey, man, you guys love that pizza. You're like, man, this pizza, one of the best slices I've ever had.
I don't remember ever saying that, man.
Will, look.
You forget I've been to New York. All right.
Oh, Will, I know you're a master chef. So of course, Will's pizza would taste better than Joe's pizza. I know that for sure. Will's Pizza this November. Let's get it, man. We're gonna be making pizza, boys, for the 1 year anniversary of BB. We're gonna have a pizza party.
We're gonna do steak, and I'll bring my own spices this time. It'll be a lot better.
We're gonna make pizza. It's gonna be a pizza party with party hats and confetti.
With ribeye.
Is that $1 ox, man? That'd be pretty dope.
Nah, this is a pump to about 14 cents right here, man. 1.618 fib, top trend line. Yeah, we'll get a nice big wick up there. You won't be able to cover there. You'll probably have to cover a little bit at like 13, but that's where we're going, guys. That's the exit right there. Then you got to wait. Then you got to wait for the retrace, because after that, we're going to do something like this. We'll probably come back down here.
Oh!
And then you buy that.
Oh!
And then we're going up here in the bull market. But this is going to be your temporary exit right there.
Guys, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to smash that like button. Smash that like button. It helps out with the algorithm. We're here with the guys talking about the Bitcoin price. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. We're talking about altcoins. We're talking about Bitcoin. Where's the price going? If you guys enjoy the show, my name is Wabi. I'm here with Max, Tucker, Will, Tommy from Because of Bitcoin. We do these shows every single morning here on YouTube, and we also do our Twitter Spaces at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. So if you guys want to check us out, go ahead and turn on bell notifications so you can be made aware of all of our shows, and feel free to check out the description box below to check out our Twitter so you can be made aware of all real-time news data across all global financial markets. Go ahead, guys. Let's get pumping.
Today for the Bitcoin price.
Yeah, exactly as predicted.
All right, I got to take off, boys, but I'll see you guys at 36K Bitcoin.
Hopefully,
That's
man.
rich, Will. That's rich.
Big shout out.
That's
Big
rich.
shout out to Trader NJ, man. Trader NJ is
Yeah.
an awesome dude.
In it for the tech, man.
In it for
NJ's
the
not a
tech.
sub. He's in it for the tech. NJ, thank you, brother.
All right. Well, I'll be
Will,
honest.
you
I
want
don't.
to talk about Elf? You want to talk about Elf before we wrap up, Will?
I mean, up only. That's the only 2 words you need to know when you put elf in the conversation.
We're good, man. We're good.
All right.
We're good.
Christmas. Christmas, man. Christmas.
Christmas is just even more up only.
Oh, man, I'm excited about the Christmas rally, man. Honestly, that's a good time of the year.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think I can match your energy on this close, Wabi. If you want to lead us out, I'll let you do the honors today.
Oh, just let me know unless you guys want to like talk about anything else.
I think we covered just about everything that we're going to talk about today.
Okay.
But definitely going to be talking about CPI tomorrow and all of the fun shenanigans I'm sure that'll bring.
Yeah. We'll be having a Twitter space in just over 4 hours about that. So, all right, guys, if you guys enjoyed this content, go ahead and leave any comments, like, subscribe. Feel free to check out our website and our Twitter. We're going to be announcing some pretty cool stuff for the Because Bitcoin brand by the end of the week. I'm really excited about the future of where this team is headed. Shout out to Tucker, Max, Tommy, Will, Valentin, Ed, and everybody else that really supports the brand. Really means the world to us that you guys show up each and every day for all of our streams. So, as usual, you guys can check out a replay of this on our YouTube channel and Twitter Spaces. Hopefully we can end up streaming just as we do here at some point, probably Q4, latest Q1 of next year, I believe. The X app, I keep calling it Twitter, man. I'm so used to calling it Twitter, but on the X app, I believe going into Q1, we're going to be able to stream. So it's going to be pretty cool, just like talking like this, like how we're doing right now, but on the X app and on our desktops. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you all on the next one. We'll be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Eastern time here on YouTube. And if you guys want to catch up with our next show, it's going to be at 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be our special pre-CPI Twitter space. And go ahead and join us for our dubious speculation, as Ben Callen says. So thank you guys so much. Take care and have a blessed day.
See you, boys.
Thanks, guys.
That was cool.
Oh, we're back.